First of all, I'm so sorry for my appearance. Like, I look so bad today, and I really did try with my appearance, but today it wasn't it, and I'm sorry. That makes me not want to film. However, I am still going to film just because I'm just going to say fuck you to my brain. I'm just sorry that I look really ugly today. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shaki and today I'm going to be doing a little book haul. Now, I did buy some books before the reading rush started. We won't mention that too much. So I wanted to just show you what I bought and what I got, and hopefully I will get around to reading all of these very soon because they are always currently on my shelves and I have so many other books that I could have read, but I just bought new ones. Because who the fuck reads what they buy? Probably everyone but me. So yeah, there aren't many books I don't think on this list, but I wanted to go through some of the ones that I was really excited for, just to talk about them and to get them hyped up in my mind. So the first book that I wanted to show you that I have bought recently is Supernova by Marissa Meyer. A lot of you may know that the Renegades trilogy, is that what it's called? I have no idea what the actual name of it is. Anyway, it is 3 books, a trilogy that is comprised of Renegades, Arch Enemies and Supernova, and I've only really just purchased Supernova, even though it came out in November like 2019 or 2018, I actually can't remember, but I just haven't been able to find it literally anywhere. And then I found the paperback edition, which matches all of my other editions which are up here. It matches all of those, and I just thought I would pick it up just to complete my collection. And now I can reread Renegades and then read Arch Enemies and then read Supernova. This is how behind I am, and I still bought this book. Obviously I can't tell you what Supernova is about, A, because I don't actually know, and B, because it would be very, very spoilery. But I can tell you what the overarching themes of the book Renegades is, the first book. Basically we have these people with superpowers, basically superheroes, called Renegades, who help fight crime and help keep humanity safe. And we've got a girl called Nova who is disguising herself to fit in with the Renegades because she's got some bad blood with them, some beef. She's known as like part of the villains gang, and she's just basically getting all of their information, which doesn't really go to plan as she meets Adrian, aka Sketch, and both of them are kind of like falling in love with each other, but also he doesn't know that Nova is like the snitch of the Renegades, and the reason why they're getting ambushed so often is because she's leaking information. So yeah, I really did enjoy Renegades, and I also think that I will really enjoy Supernova and Arch Enemies as well. Just gotta get to them. I just gotta get to them, and if they've got audiobooks, that is the way I'm probably going to go, because this reading slump can suck my ass at this point. Next up, we have a book that I was very excited about when I saw it, and that is Unpregnant by Jenny Hendricks and Ted Kaplan, I think. This is basically about Ronnie, who finds herself pregnant. Because she really would like to go to college and get a degree, and a baby would honestly get in the way of that, she decides that she would like to get an abortion. But the closest clinic is a long while away, and Ronnie really has nobody else but her ex-best friend Bailey to drive her to the abortion clinic. This seems like a maybe potentially deep book that I could really probably relate to, although I haven't had an abortion myself. I am pro-choice, and I think reading more about this kind of storyline will make me even more pro-choice. It also might be a little bit about friendship as well, which I'm very excited for. As you know, as I said in every single video I think for the past month, I have said that I absolutely adore friendship displayed in books. So I'm really excited for this one because it deals with abortion, something that I'm very passionate that women should have rights for, and also friendship, which I think that female friendships should be celebrated a little bit more in YA especially, and in real life. Go girls. The next book is quite a recent release. I actually asked for an ARC of this back in the day when I very first noticed that it was coming out and they were accepting requests for ARCs, and I got declined, so I had to buy this from Waterstones, and that is Loveless by Alice Oseman. It's really weird because when I went to Waterstones for the first time, obviously since it's closed because we had lockdown, I saw this in the shop and I was like, wait, Loveless is out? Because the last time that I heard about Loveless was when Alice Oseman was on her tour for Heartstopper Volume 3, and I went to the one that was closest to me, and they were talking about Loveless and how it was coming out in July and how they were really excited for it. So when I stumbled into Waterstones and saw this was out already, I was like, wait, we're in July? And time is just a social construct. So yeah, that's the thing. But this is about Georgia, who has never been in love before. As she starts university, she is determined to find love. But as that doesn't really go to plan, she starts to toy around with some labels under the asexual spectrum. On the back here it says, is she destined to remain loveless, or has she been looking for the wrong thing all along? I really trust that Alice Oseman will pull through with the asexual rep, because obviously Heartstopper is a graphic novel series about LGBTQ+ teens finding their way in society, and so I have a lot of faith with Alice Oseman that she will do this justice. Although I'm not asexual or aromantic or anything like that, demisexual on the spectrum at all, I can't say if this rep will be good or if I can see that it's promising or anything like that, because it's not my place to say. But I do trust Alice Oseman to do this story justice, and I'm very excited to see what she does with this kind of storyline. Also, it's about someone going to college. Like, the past 2 books I have just held up are about college, and we don't really have a lot of that, and I'm very excited for more books to be sent around people at college. As someone who is at college / university, I don't like the fact that there isn't that much fiction about us that is under the new adult category, so I'm so excited that this happens while Georgia is at university, and the other one as well. Next we have a sequel for a book that I haven't even read yet, and that is A Beautiful Foolish Endeavour by Hank Green. Now, I've had An Absolutely Remarkable Thing, also by Hank Green, which this book is the sequel of, on my shelves for a very long time, and I just never had the courage to pick it up because it is such a chunky book, and I always felt a little bit meh about the synopsis. But I saw this downstairs in Waterstones in the adult bit, and I just couldn't help but pick it up. I actually cannot remember what An Absolutely Remarkable Thing is about. I think it's about like going viral on social media, something called these calls are like popping up everywhere, and people are taking videos of them and like they're going viral and stuff, and people don't really know what's going on. I think it's like sci-fi mixed with like modern technology, which I'm really into. Like, modern media, that is my degree right now, so I should probably like it, but I'm just scared to try it. But I bought the sequel anyway, so if I don't like it, I'm kind of fucked, aren't I? But yeah, this is just kind of the sequel to that, and I'm very excited to get to that one, the first book, and also this one. Next we have a book that is gaining continuous popularity over on BookTube and BookTwitter as well, and that is You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. So this is all about Liz, who would really like to escape from her small town and go to college. See? College, university, what a theme of this video. But she doesn't have the money or the funds or the means to get into college, until she's reminded that her school's prom queen and prom king program is rewarded with a scholarship. So she is fighting with all of the preppy, popular, white cis girls who are competing for prom queen to gain the money so that she can go to university and escape her small town. I believe that this is sapphic. I do believe that there is some girl and girl love in this, which I am extremely excited for, and the cover is just absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love this cover. It is so beautiful. I've had this recommended to me profusely over the last couple weeks, and I'm very excited to dive into it, and I finally have it. I think there's also an audiobook on Scribd, which might be the route I take for this, because obviously I'm still in my reading slump. I've heard nothing but good things, so I can't wait to read it. Next we have a book that is quite different for me to actually want to buy, and that is The Princess Diarist by Carrie Fisher. Now, this is one of many memoirs about Carrie Fisher, but I think the difference between this one and the rest of them is the fact that Carrie Fisher actually wrote this while they were filming the first Star Wars movie. I am a huge Star Wars fan. Like, I got a tattoo of R2-D2 and a bag that cost me like £61. I adore Star Wars and everything that it's done for me in terms of like passion to do with film and media and just making stuff like that. So anything to do with Star Wars I kind of love, and I also love Carrie Fisher as well. Like, I genuinely adore Carrie Fisher so much, rest in peace. Including excerpts from the handwritten notebooks, The Princess Diarist is Fisher's intimate and revealing collection of what happened on one of the most famous film sets of all time and what developed behind the scenes. Last but not least, for the books in this haul, I have The Falling in Love montage by Kiara Smith. This is really, really exciting because I saw this in Emma Books' haul and I immediately knew that I wanted to buy it and read it when she started talking about what it was about. So this is about our main character who has one summer before uni. Again, there's a theme, and basically she wants to party, she wants to be really casual, she doesn't want to be tied up with anything before she goes off to university. So she's getting over her ex, she's getting over her mum's illness, and she just wants to chill, and like love just seems a little bit too much work for her at the moment. And then she meets Ruby and that kind of changes. But our main character promises herself that she wouldn't fall in love over the summer before uni because that is just asking for disaster. But Ruby challenges her to spend the summer with her recreating romance scenes from films, and I am just so excited for this because it feels a lot like It Only Happens in the Movies by Holly Bourne, and a sapphic adult version of this, well, new adult version of that. Whew. I think I might read this soon. I'm not sure if there's like an audiobook anywhere, but I am very, very excited for this. And also, The cover's gorgeous. Speaking of films, I actually did buy a graphic novel that is called Filmish, A Graphic Journey Through Film, which is by Edward Ross. And when I saw this in Waterstones, I was debating on whether I should buy it for a very long time. And I thought, fuck it, it's to do with film. My degree is about basically media and film. So I decided to buy it, and it's like the greatest purchase that I have ever bought. It says on the back, cartoonist Edward Ross takes us on an exhilarating ride through the history of cinema using comics to uncover the magic and mechanics behind our favourite movies. Now, I'm not sure which ones are actually featured. I know that A Trip to the Moon possibly is, but there are loads of different, like, it's kind of like a content page. So we've got the eye, the body, sets and architecture, time, voice and language, power and ideology, technology and technophobia, and then we've got endnotes, filmography, bibliography, acknowledgements, and all that good stuff. And then here we have a picture from A Trip to the Moon, and I'm very excited about this. But I don't know how much of this I have seen, like the films in the film-wise, so I'll kind of let you know from the experience of someone. Oh, there's King Kong, I just saw that. From the experience of somebody who hasn't maybe seen all of the films that are in this, to see if I can still follow along and kind of get the gist of what they're saying. Me being a little film nerd will really appreciate this, and I'm going to eat this up when I eventually get round to reading it. Now, last year during the reading rush, I did read Saga Volume 3, but unfortunately I was on holiday at the time and I left it behind. I lost it completely. Along with Geekerella as well, I just completely lost this volume of Saga. So I decided while I was in Waterstones one day that I would pick this up because I had a lost copy of it somewhere in a parallel universe, and so I decided to just rebuy it because my collection just looked a little bit incomplete without volume 3. I love Saga. It genuinely is one of my favourite graphic novel series. It's basically about a war in space between two planets, and then one of the main characters, Marco, gets captured, and then he meets the other main character. They have a baby. Everyone wants to kill the baby because it shouldn't exist, and it's like a betrayal on both of the planets kind of thing. It's really good. It's very sexual and very mature, so do keep that in mind before going into it. But I would highly recommend Saga. Next we have, again, something a little bit different which I wouldn't normally pick up, and that is Grace, a story based on Jeff Buckley, which is by Tiffany DiBartolo, Pascal Dizin, and Lisa Riest, I think. I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. Basically, this is like a graphic novel memoir about singer Jeff Buckley. I do love Jeff Buckley's music. I actually fell in love with his music during GCSE music. We had to study the composition of Jeff Buckley's song Grace and like what the lyrics meant, and although I dropped out of GCSE music, I still held this song quite highly because I loved it. And I'm just really interested in Jeff Buckley's life in general because I remember the lyrics to the song having so much meaning about like darkness and despair and like kind of suicide, if I'm honest. But yeah, I'm very excited for this, and I really can't wait to read it. The art style looks absolutely fucking incredible too, and I'm just going to be in awe of this. I know for a fact I am. 6 turbulent years of music, heartbreak, hope and daring, culminating in a tragedy that is still reverberating in the music world today. One of the other graphic novels that I did purchase was Scott Pilgrim's Precious Little Life by Brian Lee O'Malley, adapted into a movie, obviously, called Scott Pilgrim by Edgar Wright. I actually bought this for the reading rush. I actually did read this, and I only gave it a 3 stars just because I forgot how cringy that Scott is. And at the beginning, he's dating a high school student and he's 23, and that just doesn't sit right with me. This graphic novel series is about Scott Pilgrim, who is trying to date a girl called Ramona. She's unlike any girl he has ever seen or ever dated ever before, and he really would like to get to know her and actually end up dating her. But before he can date her, he must battle it out with all of her ex-lovers in very dramatic fight scenes that heavily reference video games and video game culture to win over Ramona's affections and to prove that Scott is actually interested in her and won't just leave her like everyone else. It's a very cute idea, but I do think that Scott as a character is quite cringy. But I did still enjoy this, and also I'm thinking, because in the movie there's buy rep, there will be also buy rep in the graphic novel series as well, but I'll have to let you know because I do want to purchase the second volume. I should probably do that quite soon because I'll forget what has happened in this and then be confused. So yeah, I did buy this for the reading rush and I enjoyed it. I gave it 3 stars. It was okay. And last but certainly not least is probably one of my most prized possessions right now, and that is one of the graphic novel kind of adaptations of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask and A Link to the Past as well. I think actually it's not a graphic novel. I think it's more like a manga. I'm not sure of the difference. I think it's more of a manga because I think with a graphic novel you read it normally, but with manga you read it this this way. On the back it says, "It's not easy being a hero in the realm of Hyrule, but Link discovers that sometimes it's even tougher on those around him. He'll need the power of the Triforce to save his friends and family from the threats posed by the mysterious Skull Kid and the treacherous Agahan." I can never fucking pronounce his name. It's like a whole collection of these that I found in Waterstones, relatively expensive, but I thought I would have a go with this one and see how I got on. I think there is a Twilight Princess one and an Ocarina of Time one in my local Waterstones, and I'm pretty sure there'll be one for maybe all of them. I don't know. I'm so fucking excited for this, like you don't understand. Well, there you have it. Those are just some of the books that I have bought in the middle of summer. I really hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please give a massive thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get back on with my routine of making videos and like making one every single week. I also think that when I go back to uni, I will be doing weekly vlogs again. I don't actually know. I'm thinking of getting myself a vlogging camera and doing like little reading vlogs and stuff like that. So if that's what you would want, then please do let me know. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and my channel is subscribe to see all of that and more, and I'll see you next week.